Hello, hello, and welcome to a little video about translations as functions. In geometry, we are going to have quite a lot of vocabulary to pay attention to. The first thing we have to go over is isometry. Isometry is a rigid motion transformation that preserves size and shape. In other words, the shape is moved or turned or reflected in some sort of way, but it stays exactly the same as it has been before. So same size, same shape. So let's take a look at all these images and decide if we have isometry. In number one, we have two triangles and they look like they're the same shape and the same size. So yes, this is isometry. Okay, how about letter B? Are these triangles the same? Look at the boxes. Yeah, these are exactly the same. It's just one triangle moved to another area. In letter C, are these two triangles the same? Hopefully it's easy to see that that's a no. One triangle is larger than the other. In letter D, take a look at that shape. Did the size and shape of it change from one image to the other? It didn't. That means this is isometric, so it has isometry. Time for a few more vocab words. The pre-image is the original image. When you look at it, like a triangle, for example, you would have triangle ABC. The image is what we call the new image. So after we've translated, so after we've moved it in some sort of way, we label it with these little apostrophes. A apostrophe, B apostrophe, C apostrophe. That apostrophe is called prime. So you'll hear me say A prime, B prime, and C prime. All right. A translation is a function, T, that's how we shorten it. It takes an input of pre-images and and outputs a set of points. The pre-image points are translated a distance AB in direction AB. In other words, the T, when we look at a translation, means translate. It will tell us which distance and which direction to move our image. Super wordy, I know. Let's take a look at some problems and apply that. Okay. First we have why am I struggling with this? See, I'm moving the image instead. Oh, thanks for your ever patience. All right, number 2. We have complete the translation given the function T ma prime octagon. We got to translate this first, okay? Until you get used to it, we do need to write out the translations. T is translate. Wow, that's a lot of times I said translate. In this case, this pink translate, this function of translate, means move. It's asking us to move the octagon. So translate the octagon. The distance and the distance of MA prime in the direction of MA prime. Take a second to write that down. I guess you can pause me, so I'll just continue. All right. So I want to move the octagon the distance of MA prime in the direction of MA prime. All right, well, let's check out MA prime. This is M, and this is A prime. It looks like we're going straight to the right. Now, I have the magic of technology, so I can copy and paste the distance. You would have to redraw it. But here's the theory behind it. I'm going to take this distance of MA prime and the arrow pointing in the same direction and plop it on point P. I'm going to redraw that same arrow here. And at the end of that arrow, I'm drawing my new point, P prime, and I'm going to try my absolute best to draw an octagon. Okay, judgment-free zone here. I'm impressed with myself. Anyways, here we are. I took the original octagon that's on the left that had P, and I moved it the same distance in the same direction of MA prime. And here's my new octagon, P prime. It exists on the right. Now, number 3, I made an oopsie and I clicked enter. So at least here we'll be able to write down what this translation means, but we're going to have to graph it down or draw it down here. All right, first, let's write in English what this means. T means translate, aka move. The trapezoid. The distance of ML in the direction of ML. Obviously, take a second, pause it, write it, and now let's draw it. Okay, M. Oh no, this is supposed to be ML prime. I'm glad I noticed this mistake. This should be ML prime. All right, here we go. ML prime. Here it is. I'm going to use the magic of technology to copy and paste this onto P. See how it's kind of going up and to the right? At the end of that point, I'm going to call it P prime. Ooh, I think I'm going to try the magic of technology one more time. I'm going to trace the trapezoid. What if... Oh, I have my moments. There it is. It's been years I've been teaching this section, and I finally figured this out. You always learn something new. Let's try number 4. Complete the translation. TBA circle. What this means is translate the circle in the distance and direction of BA. Let's do it. BA, let's draw the arrow. And then we're going to create that same arrow down here. And then we will, I'm gonna see, oh, this is kind of, I don't think this is gonna make my circle any prettier, but we're gonna, you know what, it's kind of nice. We're gonna move this circle over here. At the end of the arrow, we're gonna place a point and call it P prime. So we took the circle, we moved it the distance of BA in the direction of BA, which was the left. Number 5, we're going to translate the hexagon, the distance and direction of MA prime. First, let's draw over MA prime. And then we're going to copy and paste that same thing right there. We are moving it straight to the right. There's our new hexagon, and I'm going to label this point P prime. So I took the hexagon and I moved it to the right, which is the direction of MA prime, and it's the same distance of MA prime. Now, when I do this by hand and you do this by hand, our distances might not be as accurate, but we'll eyeball it the best we can. Number 6, T, JK, rhombus. We're going to move the rhombus the distance and direction of JK. JK looks like it's going down and to the left. I'm going to copy that same arrow in the same direction. At the end of that arrow, I'm going to draw this rhombus. Well, that didn't quite work. Magic of technology isn't working for me right now. I'm going to have to draw my own rhombus. My apologies ahead of time. Decent. Decent. We took our rhombus and we moved it down and to the left, just like JK. Oh, let's get away from that now. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for sitting through my awful art. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please let me know. Bye.